And then I said, no, I'm just kidding.
Hey, we're live.
Welcome.
Yeah. Jason's gone, so you're going to see our faces. Yeah. 3 Geeks.
Yep. We've got Mike McGee with us, lending a hand while Jason's out. I would like to say, everyone send your thoughts and prayers and warm wishes to Jason right now, going through kind of a rough time. I'm not going to get any more into it than that, but yeah. So we love Jason. We love you guys. So let's give him our best, vibes in the universe.
That's right.
All right. Well, we're here again.
We're here.
Live. Do we have a plan?
No. We're just rambling today. But I would like to hear. Has anyone watched Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones?
I watched the first 2 episodes of both.
I was a big fan, but let's start with Lord of the Rings first. If we've seen it, haven't seen. I know Mike said he's seen it. Max?
Yeah, I have not seen it yet. I'm still having this Lord of the Rings hang up where I watched all of the extended cuts, like when they came out on DVD back to back to back, so like 12 hours of Lord of the Rings.
So you're still burnt out?
Ever since then, yeah, I can't do it. And this one looks really good, but I can't get myself to watch it.
Yeah, I understand that, especially if you need to just give yourself a little breather, probably before diving back in.
No, this is years ago.
Years ago.
He's still burned out. Yeah, it's the long COVID of cinema.
Yes. But I mean, like, nothing against Lord of the Rings. It's just for some reason, like, I didn't watch. I think I watched like maybe 20 minutes of the Hobbit movies, and
it's probably for the best.
Yeah, but then I'm just like, not.
It's really dense. It can be dense for a lot of people, just because there is a lot of, because this is pulling from. Now here's the thing, because I have read the Silmarillion, and I was trying to remember. It feels like the beginning of this show, they're doing like cliff notes of the first half of the Silmarillion, and then it's like picking up halfway through or in the last quarter of the book.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've read or listened to anything about the Silmarillion, but I totally agree, Mike. It feels like we're smack dab in the middle of it. I mean, it's so pretty. I mean, it's such a pretty show.
It is. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I do like the scope of it, the music, and because Howard Shore came back to do the theme for it, but the music and the scope of it, they're up there with Jackson's trilogy. So
yeah. It's going to be huge. Like, they put so much money into this thing, though, so it's like, it's going to happen. That's what I was telling somebody. Even if you don't like it, this thing is going to happen. Like, I'm along for the ride. This seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, maybe more glowing reports like that, I might have to turn it on. I'll just get over this thing that I got going.
I will say, I mean, I don't think it's perfect. There are something. The first episode, I'm going to admit, there's a lot of talking.
Yeah.
And I think that's the give. I mentioned this on Twitter. That's the give and take when half of your leads are elves, because elves are known for loving to talk and talking wistfully and looking wistfully at stuff. So get ready for a lot of that.
Yeah.
Get ready for a lot of really quiet, condensed, hush type of language. And then in the second episode, it's when they kind of let their hair down a little bit, because that's when we get to dwarves. And I love the second episode. And
me too. Me too.
Dynamic he has with Durin. Elrond. Oh, sorry. Spoilers, Max. Elrond's in this, and he's very Harry Styles-y looking.
Yeah. He wasn't what I expected for the Elrond of the movies, but it's fine. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, whatever. No, now I don't have to watch it. Thanks for spoiling it for me, Mike. You just ruined the whole thing.
It threw me for a second in the first episode, because when they introduce him, I forgot that he's a herald, like Herald of Galactus and things like that. But I heard Harold Elrond. I'm like, that's his first name?
Is he going to go to White Castle?
That's his title.
Harry Elrond. But, yeah.
But, I mean, you said he looked like Harry Styles, so yeah.
The first episode, it's...
Oh, my goodness.
They have... I don't even think they've introduced you to the full, main cast yet, and it's 2 episodes in, so it's that massive. So it can be daunting, just because you feel like you're doing fast travel is enabled in this show, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right, at least there's that. So I mean, they can just make it to Mordor in a day. It's like, hey, we got to go on this epic journey. All right, we're there. Like, it was great.
They're trying to find Mordor. Yeah.
That happens in one of the episodes where two of the elves are talking and they're like, we want to work on this, and they're in their city, and then next cut immediately we're at the dwarves like mountain gate, and it's like I was like, Morrowind fast travel enabled, sure.
Yeah.
God, I love the dwarves.
Get on that chocobo and ride.
Yeah, the dwarves are really cool. I like I said, I like that dynamic. I'm not gonna get too detailed into it, but the strain on their friendship, like when he was outpouring like all his feelings about it, I'm like, yeah, this is hitting really, really close to home right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. She should have had a beard, though. I'm sorry, but that's lore for me. But dwarf women need to have beards. I don't care what color skin they have; they should have beards.
Yeah, like,
that's all hairy women, I believe is what he means.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. No, I like that though. It doesn't matter which actor you get to play the dwarf lady. She's supposed to have a beard. That'd be cool though. Like if the dwarf chick had like a super full, like majestic beard. Though, like I'd be down for that. Like braided up. Like fuck yeah.
They certainly can be more well groomed than the dwarven men. They can be a little bit,
make it a part of their like whole outfit. I don't care.
But yeah, no, I'm down. I agree wholeheartedly. Like that should be. I mean, yeah, that's what they said. That's how it should be. I mean, unless you're like the one dwarven chick who likes to shave, like no one likes to shave. So
there is one character that I'm like, I really could do with less of this character on screen. But we'll see how it goes because it looks like they're just setting this character up to be like maybe Joffrey levels of. I'm gonna hate this character.
Yeah.
Her kid.
Oh, okay, all right.
But it looks like
good. I like a good villain.
Like I can't.
Especially as a child for Max, it's great.
Yeah, I can't stand.
Oh yeah, it's
her teenage son, but I think that's good. That's gonna pay off and be like, oh, we're supposed to hate him, maybe. I have theories all around.
You're talking about the dude with the sword, right? With the blood,
the dude with the broken sword.
Yeah.
Theo. That's the other thing. He's named Theo too, so I'm just like. Already a strike against you, kid.
It's easy for me to hate child characters, even when you're supposed to love them. So that's fine. Hopefully he's a villain.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to love. He's very racist towards elves, so it's just like he's been on some message boards, so
he's being groomed for hate.
All right. Well, no, I'm down. I'm gonna have to check it out. Sunday is usually our catch up on TV day, so we got to watch She-Hulk and Game of Thrones today.
Well, I would sprinkle in Lord of the Rings then. See
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, they're just world building right now.
I mean, honestly, if you want to take your time with one of the two fantasy shows, I feel Lord of the Rings would be the one that you want to take your time with, because I saw some people being like, cool, now I got two epic fantasy series at the same time that I got to keep up with. It's going to be
yeah, that's true too. So maybe I'll just wait until the end of the season or whatever and watch the whole thing together. But of course, that was the problem that I had before, though. Like, if I watch one whole season of this, am I going to be able to watch any of the other seasons of this?
Just burn a whole Sunday watching it.
Yeah, like, nope, I'm done. I'm done for another 8 years with the Lord of the Rings.
I was skeptical about House of the Dragon.
Me too.
But it's endeared me enough that I'll continue following. Because I was at the end of season 8 of Game of Thrones, I was just like, I don't need any more of this. And so when the prequels announced, I'm like, but I'm like, okay, it's intriguing.
I'm still learning names, but the daughter has really endeared me. Like I'm not sure I liked her in the first episode, but I'm starting to like her a lot more. The
more she has, I think the more you'll end up liking her. Because like in the first episode, like there wasn't, like you're like, okay, she's a main character, but like they didn't give her a lot.
Well, it's also setting up that whole dynasty.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Right, for sure. So
and also,
I agree.
You're not going to be with that actress, because that's like, I think we're going to jump ahead a little bit, and she's going to be played by an older actress.
Oh, really?
So we're going to be following this character through decades, probably.
Oh, okay. So a whole progression for life kind of deal.
That's cool. Well, I mean, yeah. So I'm down. I like all the characters so far. I'm digging Matt Smith. He's not giving off Doctor Who vibes, and
oh yeah, definitely not.
A-okay with me. I was really worried that because like I don't know, it just pulls me right out of it.
Oh,
And it sucks for anyone who plays a Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go ahead.
You haven't seen him dance yet. He's gonna do a dance in this show. He has to.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, he does that whole like. Remember in Morbius, he does that whole.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah,
that's his go-to move. It's like,
oh my goodness,
T-Rex.
So Max, you just on episode 1 then?
No, I've watched. Yeah, so the episode 3 is supposed to air tonight, right?
Tonight, yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm caught up on House of the Dragon. But yeah, like I was so worried that because like that's what killed Morbius. Or not, that's not what killed Morbius.
Yeah.
Morbius is terrible for a lot of different reasons.
It's Morbin time.
One of the things that killed Morbius for me is just like, it's okay. Like, what if there's an evil Doctor Who? Like, that's doing his little T-Rex dance. No, it just pulls me right out. So I'm very happy. I mean, Matt Smith's a good actor. I really do think he's an all right actor. So it just sucks that he's kind of like, it sucks for any Doctor Who. Like, I see you as that first, and then you got to show something else.
It's I mean, he's trying to work outside the typecasting. Like him, Daniel Radcliffe, and Robert Pattinson. They're the triumvirate of like British dudes who I'm like, I don't want to be associated with the quirky, sci-fi whatever beginnings I started off with. It's like I'm gonna do some weird shit.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, it's because like when I saw like Robert Pattinson in Tenet, I know like Tenet's like not that super great of a movie, but I was like, oh okay, so he's not always Twilight, like that's fine.
Robert
like,
Pattinson when he's playing Christopher Nolan. In the movie.
Yes.
Dude, him in the Lighthouse movie was wild.
Yeah, the Lighthouse, like that was way out there.
And to hold his own with Defoe, like he holds the screen with Defoe in that too. Like there's no Defoe's dominating him. Like they share equal dominance in those scenes. It's crazy.
For sure, yeah, and so he's got chops. Yeah, again, it's like it just sucks that like if you do his hair a certain way, just
he starts glittering in the sunlight.
Out of the three of them, I feel Radcliffe is the one who's done the most to propel himself away from Harry Potter. Like,
he was a farting corpse for a whole movie. It was great.
Yeah, but it's like been the least effective. Like I don't know. I feel like of all of them, I always see Harry. Like it doesn't matter what Daniel Radcliffe is doing. Like even when he's doing completely off the wall fuck shit, like.
You still
see it's like, oh Harry, like who hurt you? Like why did you go down this path?
Okay, I'll throw in a fourth one. Elijah Wood, because he's definitely like broken away from Frodo stuff. Like he does out there creepy shit. He did the not Psycho.
Maniac, he did that
Maniac remake and things like that.
Did you ever watch Green Street Hooligans? I loved him in Green Street Hooligans.
I unapologetically love Green Street Hooligans because it's directed by Lexi Alexander, who did Punisher Warzone, and I'm like,
I like that one too.
I love Lexi's work.
So, have you guys seen Bullet Train?
No,
it's out. I would encourage. It's just a fun ride. I wouldn't say it's a good movie, but it's a fun ride. It's like an anime manga like based. It feels like that. Like it's
based on a book.
I see that for sure.
Is it? I believe it. If it is, yeah. Either way, it's a wild ride. I would encourage folks to go see it. I liked it a lot.
I want to see that.
That's.
Oh, go ahead, Max. Sorry.
I was just gonna say Bullet Train. I was like, okay, like is Brad Pitt in a train movie?
No, it's way more than that. Yeah, it's way more than that.
Yeah. Okay. Like, I was just like, I can probably pass this one, and I won't feel too bad about it.
And the only reason I brought it up is Green Street Hooligans has like that bubble song in it. One of the characters has a flashback of the bubbles. They're singing it and watching it on TV. Yeah.
United.
That was such a good movie. That was a lot of fun.
But Elijah Wood has done some because he did that show too.
Wilfred,
where he had the imaginary friend.
Wilfred. Yep, Wilfred.
Was it? Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, that's the name of it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I've been
So
wanting
yeah,
to see the George Miller movie that came out, the 3,000 Years of Longing. Where
I saw that yesterday.
How is it?
I liked it a lot. It's a bunch of short stories though, so if you like that in a movie, cool. But like I liked it a lot. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Stuff works with me. Like I love anthology stuff. So.
I mean, it showed a range of Idris Elba that I wasn't expecting, and I really liked it because he was the Jinn in the movie.
Good.
It was really good.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. Idris doing good work. I'm also a fan of. I have to go see that too. Like that's
yeah. I really it was a fun ride because it's a bunch of it's based a lot in the Middle East and those different stories and fables and things like that. And I'm very ignorant of that stuff outside of like the names are familiar, but it was cool to just kind of visualize them. It was sweet to see.
That's all right. Yeah, I think I'm more down for that than Bullet Train. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah. It's a better movie than Bullet Train, but Bullet Train's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I would catch Bullet Train like when it's like on Prime. But it's a fun movie.
Yeah, I've been wanting to catch because I've just been busy with stuff throughout the month and a half and so forth. So I'm catching up to stuff late. Like I only saw Nope at the beginning of the month.
Oh yeah.
And that is.
I dug Nope.
Nope.
I did too.
That movie is like hard to explain, but it is a good, solid movie, and it just they do the one thing that I think is just so like when he like was in the truck and he kind of like peeks out and it's like nope.
Mm-hmm.
Like
he was the most relatable character. Like I was like, if I'm gonna be a person, I think I'd be him. At least try to be, because that.
Well, as a budding filmmaker, Michael Wincott resonated with me a lot because I'm like, I need to get the magic hour.
Yeah.
I need to get. The
okay, so maybe that's the right question. Like, I didn't understand, like in spoilers, because you've seen it, him walking out and just letting himself get eaten. Like that didn't make sense to me. And maybe I'm ignorant, but like that didn't make sense to me.
Wasn't like hinted at like he's not long for the world, anyways.
Oh, was he dying? Maybe I didn't catch that. Maybe I didn't. Maybe
I can't remember.
He was dying when he wanted to get the shot, and he knows that things survive the alien.
Yeah, inanimate objects or inorganic stuff survive.
Yeah.
But isn't that quite the risk of it not being damaged on the fall and like the whole like is it you know what I mean?
Is, but you have to get the shot before you worry about what happened to the shot. Like so I mean like he's like I'm gonna be dead, but you know like this might survive, and if it does, I got the shot. Like
and what an interesting character, because he totally killed a couple of people almost killed a couple of people with that decision, right? He totally disregarded that whole party's life to do that, right?
Well, there's one cartoon character that gets killed, and it's that biker who's just like
I died laughing when he showed up. Oh yeah, he killed me.
That was the one part of the movie where I'm like, you're not being subtle, Jordan. That's fine, because I get it. You also come from comedy background, so I'm like, this will be the most overt thing in the movie. I get it. Like, Stephen Young stuff, like I loved his whole part in
that monkey scene or chimpanzee
weird.
scene. My goodness!
This is why I hope to God to never have to hear. It's like, why don't they use live animals much anymore? It's like, this is fucking why.
Yeah.
I don't encourage
chimpanzee scene.
Yeah. There's clips or not clips. There's a YouTube video that has like crazy 911 calls, and one of those calls is a lady that has a pet chimpanzee. And you hear her on the phone while the chimpanzee's destroying her neighbor. Just you hear the screams. Like I don't encourage anybody to go find it. I found it years ago and I still remember it. But like chimpanzees will mess you up.
Basically, did to her what? What's his name? Gordy did to that actress. It's like tore her face off. Like,
It was a terrifying call. Like just to hear the screams and stuff. I do not encourage anybody to go see it, but that's real.
That's real. That's real. And I mean, and you don't even have to. You don't even have to, because if you go watch Nope, or no animals were harmed, and no people were killed, it gives you oh my god, it is terrible. It is absolutely fucking terrible.
Mm-hmm. There's that whole undercurrent of like, know your animals, because like they talk about that in the movie. It's like they've been training horses, and they're like, hey, don't do this. Like very beginning, it's like, don't look at them in the eye, don't do no reflective surfaces and things like that. And it's just like,
you gotta listen to the experts.
Yeah, don't be fucking idiots.
Yeah. And then no, it's like, but You know, and it's like innocent things. You know, it's like, oh, okay, like the thing's gonna burst open and it's balloons. You know, and it's like, oh, like what could go wrong? It's just a little pop, and then some brightly colored balloons.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that. And then, oh yeah, the chimpanzee goes nuts and kills 5 people.
Right.
Like,
right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so terrible, and it's so graphic. Like they don't even really like. It's weird, like how they're like very very graphic.
It's the ambiance of that scene more than the visuals, right?
Yeah.
It's just the feeling in that scene.
Oh man, yeah.
Well, also,
you know what it reminded me of? Sorry.
Oh no, I will say there was a behind the scenes photo that made me laugh, and it's the mocap actor. I guess I think he's wearing the Gordy shirt, but the rest of him's just like made up with like dots and stuff.
Oh my god.
Oh man, when I realized we were making a Jaws movie in that, I was so excited. I was like, "Oh, we're doing Jaws. Okay, like this is sweet."
Yeah. That's okay. That's a really good way to explain it. Like, yeah, that's for sure. But what that Gordy scene reminded me of was 12 Years a Slave. Like they hang around and like not in any like actual correlation, but like the feeling that I got,
the
watching,
foreboding,
like,
lump in your throat.
Like when he was hung, and they just kind of hung there in that shot, and you're like, deal with the feeling that you're having right now. Like, like this is going on. Like there's that. So, like it's not, you know, again, there's no like story correlation.
Yeah, I was kind of like, where? Oh, it's more the compiling dread that kind of takes place.
Like you know something bad's gonna happen. The bad's happening.
Or it's happened, and like sit in the room with 5 dead people killed by a chimpanzee.
Like, and you know he survives, so you know like what happens, and then the blood just like hits his face.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's so terrible.
I mean,
like that whole
also
scene.
you don't see anything too.
Yeah.
Like for the most part, you hear stuff. You hear like squishes and
which is worse, right? This I think that's worse.
Like, and then you get fist bump. So I guess it works out.
Yeah.
Not for that chimpanzee.
Oh my goodness!
I do love that the movie had me guessing up until the very end, because the jean jacket, as they call the critter, jean jacket, like the design of it was so unique and cool that I was like, okay, there's got to be some like reveal of like it's people operating a blimp or some. I'm like, no, it's a creature. It's just like
it's a thing. But then, like, oh my
god, it doesn't look like anything imaginable. It's like
no, I mean, yeah, it's sort of like it did remind me of like a manta ray.
Yeah.
Like a weird alien manta ray, but like it's not exactly that. It's a weird thing, but I thought it was just so cool that it could like keep people alive in there, like while it's digesting them or whatever, and like just the screams.
Yeah.
You don't even see much. Like it's not gory, but you don't. But like just
no.
I'm never gonna go into like what's it called, like a bouncy castle or anything like that ever again. Like, it made me feel like I was in a claustrophobic like bouncy castle, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, but then you know it's like you hear the screams, like the noise. It doesn't even make a noise. It's the screams of its victims, like
digested.
It's so terrible. Yeah, that was a great monster, great movie.
I felt so bad. I felt so bad for that lady that got beat up by a chimpanzee, and then she shows up for that thing, and then just gets eaten. Like, that lady can't catch a freaking break. She's like,
no, she was a girl. She was a little girl when the chimpanzee.
Her whole life is sucked.
And then, oh my god, yeah. Well, maybe the monster did her a favor.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm glad that watching the movie gives you like the full context of the really vague teaser that because that was the thing. Like, no idea. And then you see like a brief second of her in the teaser, and I'm like, what the hell's that? I'm like, oh,
I thought she was an alien. Yeah,
it makes sense now. I felt like bad being like, oh, she freaked me out. I'm like, oh, that poor girl.
Yeah. Like, humanized her real fast.
Oh man. Yeah, that's freaking terrible. Nope is a good movie.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Really enjoyed it. That is the first. Oh god. Jordan Peele?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Was that his name?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Jordan Peele.
The director.
Yeah.
This is the first Jordan Peele movie I went and saw in the theaters, and I kind of wish I would have seen Get Out in the theater, but Nope is a good one to see in the theater for sure.
So like spur of the moment. At least of the Jordan Peele movies, is it Get Out, Nope, Us? That's my ranking. I still think Get Out's better.
I I haven't seen Us, so my ranking is automatically that. Yeah, because
Okay.
Get Out is better.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get Out and Nope and Us. I still like Us a lot.
Yeah.
It's just
It doesn't mean it's bad. It just I don't think it's as good as the other two.
It's just the 3 good movies. Like it's the worst one.
Yeah. With Get Out, it's like even when you do kind of figure out what's going on, well into it, like it still has its hooks in you, so you're still like waiting. Like with Nope, of course, I was constantly just being like, how I have no idea how this is going to end. Like what are they going to end up being like? What's the victory in this movie? Yeah. And then Us, it's like, okay, it's reveal what's going on. It works thematically, and then there's stuff where I'm just kind of like, okay.
I think the scope is so much bigger than anything else he's done. Like it just, you kind of lose it a little bit, I think, because where he really shines is that intimate, like let's make him feel something. Like Us, it kind of loses it a little bit.
Yeah. But also, I think with Get Out, like the social commentary is a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I feel like like that movie's got a lot more weight to it.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, like again, they're all solid films. I wouldn't know about Us, but they seem to all be solid films. So you're not gonna have a bad time watching any of them.
Sure. Yeah. No, I like them.
Cool. We got 8 minutes left, and sorry, folks, it's a short one, more for me than anybody else. We got puppy classes and things like that. But Mike, tell us about your new podcast, right? The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think probably good for you to talk about.
Sure, I'll talk about it here. So I just decided like last week, I believe, just in the moment over the weekend of like I know a lot about Ninja Turtles. I like Ninja Turtles quite a bit. And it's the one franchise that I'm constantly returning to, even if I know the product isn't that great. I'll still like put blinders on because I'm like, it's ridiculous, but it's also got heart to it, I feel. And so I decided to finally put out a podcast about TMNT stuff, and I call it Full Price for Late Pizza.
That's a great, that's a good one.
Because I feel like this is something I should have done like years ago. Like I should have had this podcast like when podcasts were just starting.
Mm-hmm.
So, right. Great name.
So the opportunity. So I'm hoping to make it like a regular weekly thing. I'm actually probably going to record an episode sometime today and maybe release it for Labor Day. Yay.
Sweet.
All right. Holiday special.
I'll be on it at some point if you want to talk something Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, we should.
Absolutely.
We could. Not to bogart your ideas, but if you ever cover that last Ronin one, I need to finish that comic book. If you can give me a reason to finish it, I'd love to chat with you about it.
I just got the 5th issue 2 weeks ago, and I recommend it. I mean, it's if you're a Ninja Turtles fan, I definitely recommend it. I'll get more in depth into it, obviously. Yeah,
oh for sure,
in an episode. Right. But there's stuff to like quite a bit.
I mean, we read the first 2 episodes. I think on our
monthly pull
the monthly pull, and but we haven't done that in so long. But like I was down. I was enjoying it, and of course, like it hit all the normal comic book issues where like they were running behind and all of a sudden you said you just got the last issue, so
that was the main thing for me. Was just I just lost track of it just because life happened, and also it was taking forever for the last issues to come out. So.
So I think now would be a great time to try to make
it might be a lot of fun for all of us to chat about at some point.
Absolutely, I think
for sure.
I just realized I didn't tell you where you can find the podcast. Spotify, Apple, Anchor.fm/Mike-McG9 is the main channel for it. But yeah,
McG9.
Thank you for the reviews.
Yeah, I mean, like,
guys.
Yeah.
The most fun I've had at work in a long time. Somebody traded in just this box full of Ninja Turtles. And toys, and it was just the most fun putting all the bits together to try to see like what we had, everything for, and like I had to search up all these things that I didn't remember and never heard of, and I was like, who is this guy? And so like I'm reading lore and I'm checking out, and I'm playing with toys, like so. TMNT, love it, and I'd love to be on the podcast. The podcast is a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
A few minutes left. Does anyone else have anything they want to call out? Any hot topics for the?
Let's go out with a bang. She-Hulk.
Yeah,
because apparently
She-Hulk is okay.
So broke people
what?
for some reason.
I'm late
I
on this
gotta watch the
episode.
third episode.
Yeah, but what broke him? You can spoil it. I'm gonna watch it today.
I don't know. People were being like, "Oh, this is so dumb," because Megan Thee Stallion shows up and twerks with She-Hulk at the very end of the in a post-credits thing. I'm like,
oh, I had friends that were really excited about that.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, this is the company that owns Deadpool. Why are you all so upset? And this is a self-aware show. Like, what's the big deal?
Yeah. No, it's fucking.
People just want to be mad about something.
Like we were talking about it last week. Like
there were
get over yourself.
There were some legit criticism about like why do we need a VFX of She-Hulk's but given the whole recent stuff about VFX artists being kind of treated like crap by big houses. Like they're like, man, someone said something like, who didn't get to see their family that week because they were working on She-Hulk's ass?
her left butt cheek moving appropriately. Yeah.
I mean, like if they're getting
pays their mortgage, right?
And paid appropriately, then
that's
why not VFX She-Hulk's ass?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is that it's like are the benefits outweighing the cons?
If it's not, it's time to change professions
that's a legit criticism of the industry. That's not anything to do with oh my gosh, this woke bullcrap. It's like it's She-Hulk.
Yeah, everyone should be paid for the value they're bringing to their company and or project. I agree.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Slavery is wrong, no matter how. No matter how you try to classify it or whatever. That's not correct. Like, don't do it. Stop doing it, people. But absolutely, hey man, is it a funny thing? Like that's why we're VFXing She-Hulk's ass.
It's for
just a silly thing.
Yeah.
And that in itself is hilarious.
And also, you guys won't believe this. I think the show is fine.
Mike's very consistent with his fine rating.
Yeah, is it Marvel? Marvel's just fine.
That people will probably enjoy. Yeah. So it's fine.
Marvel is milk toast. Yeah.
Real quick.
So.
So Disney is coming out with a trading card game to battle or whatever, with like Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh. They're coming out with their own trading card game that's going to use all of their IP. Would that interest you? I know, Justin, you play trading card games, but Mike, as not, I don't peg you as a trading card game player. Would that get you?
No, it wouldn't. Remember back in the day, I would just collect Marvel trading cards just because I like the artwork. I have no interest in trading card games. I never got into Pokemon or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just not
your wallet thanks you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I was just, I was like, oh, here we go. They finally, Magic the Gathering made enough money, and Disney saw Hasbro, who owns that now, was like, did you make our $60 billion threshold? Like, we're gonna do that then. We see that this can make money. Like, we're gonna make Disney money on it.
I mean, Magic and Pokemon have been printing money since the 90s, haven't they, with trading cards? Like, it's just been like.
Also, I feel that that feels like a genuine thing too, because they create their world around that sole property. Here, it's kind of like, okay, so you're gonna be pulling in Disney, Star Wars, Marvel stuff into just a mishmash of and make it.
Yeah, it's really like a battle world that pulls them all in randomly or something like that.
Sort of. The story of Mr. Incredible fighting R2-D2.
Tarzan fighting Hawkeye.
Tarzan fighting the Hulk.
Just
Potts takes on Thanos.
Oh god.
Yes. But she's got the Infinity Gauntlet somehow. Like, how is she even holding it? We don't know.
Someone spilled the tea.
They're encrusted on her. She's a teapot, so.
Yes. All right. Well, it's 11:10. We gotta go. So short episode. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you for watching. Check us out, 3geeks.ninja. You can find all of our casts and a whole bunch of stuff on there. Check out Mike at Mike McGee TV. YouTube.com/Mike McGee and TV. Sorry, Mike McGee TV. And you will find all kinds of great content, including the new TMNT podcast, full price for late pizza. And we'll catch you guys later for Secular Drugs.
There is a pre-recorded video in 5 minutes. So yes, still recycling the droids.
Yes, check that out. We still got some content for you, so hang around for that.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Larry.